Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to our show race preview on this Saturdays, where we'll go through the race card of the 19th meeting, and by my side our racing consultant Devon Habib. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? Yeah.
I'm fine, thanks. So tomorrow we have 7 races finally.
Yeah, look, it's a nice small card, and I think it's going to be some fun racing. A lot of competitive races with some nice horses running, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this race meeting. I think it's going to be very exciting.
And before starting, I'd like to remind our viewers that the fourth race are at 4.25 meters and the track reading is at 2.8 normal. We'll now start with race 1, the School of Sports Academy of Taekwondo Cup, which will be run over 1650 meters, 0 to 25 with 6 runners. Number 1, Onika Montana, number 2, Bellagio King, number 3, Epistola, number 4, Spiritual Wind, number 5, William Shakespeare, and number 6, Lockdown. Devon, your choice for the win here.
Yeah, look, I'm quite strong on this horse, number 6, Lockdown. I think it's a smart horse, well, for this field. I don't know if he's going to be very progressive, but I think he's a competitive and hard knocker.
First time over 1600 meters.
I'm sure he's going to
definitely
definitely enjoy that extra 100 meters or 200 meters that he's going to go. Yeah, he's definitely a massive runner. It's actually 1650, so even a bit further. I think he's going to be a big runner. Draw 3, Donahue up. His last run was very impressive. Well, he's got the black and white. I think he ran to a really nice horse of hard falling range. So yeah, very good form. So I think he's definitely got a massive shot in this race.
And yes, we can see that he's quite a consistent horse also, this Lockdown.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to, the fact that he's very consistent. And he's a horse that runs into the money, knocks on the door, runs into the money, knocks on the door. Eventually someone's going to open and he's going to be in, so I think he's going to win a race very soon. I think he's tuned right, he's in the right space. He's been prepped very well, and Ricky Maingard's got his horses to really good spaces. So I think it will be a big race come race day. He's got the lowest weight in the race, and he's definitely got the right draw. So yeah, you can see Hard Falling Rain was just a really easy winner this day, but he ran a really good race to run into the back end of things. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning, and winning quite well.
Indeed. And for the second place,
look, for second, the other horse that's got really good form in the race, it's also in a really good space. Madia's got his stable also in really good form. So yeah, I think that's the horse that they'll have to be careful of, is Spiritual Wind. I think that's the biggest danger.
And this is a small field, and he did 3 nice performances last 3 races.
Yeah, look, he's enjoying the extra distance, so definitely one that we'll have to watch out for, but might be a bit short still, the 1650, because if you look at his last time, he was making up some ground at the end. So yeah, I think he's definitely a massive runner.
I like him for the win. And for the third place?
Look, Bellagio King, he's a nice horse. He won his first start out here, or his second start out in Mauritius.
Yeah.
Well, not in Mauritius, but I mean this season. So yeah, I think he's in a good space. Obviously he's got to beat Spiritual Wind. It's going to be very hard for him to turn the form around on Spiritual Wind, but definitely the type of horse that will run into the back end of quartet.
And finally, to complete the quartet,
yeah, look, Onika Montana, definitely must be a big runner with that draw. Suresh Narang's also horses are starting to come to themselves now, and I think he's definitely a horse with a massive chance. Look, I don't know if the 1650 is the perfect distance for him, but he's definitely got to have a shot.
Yes, he did one over 1600 meters.
And over 1850,
yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely enjoying the distance, but I mean he could possibly run a little bit further as well. So yeah, he's definitely a massive runner.
So
back end of quartet.
Devon's choice for the race 1, for the win, number 6, Lockdown, and for the placings, number 4, Spiritual Win, number 2, Bella Joking, and finally number 1, Onika Montana. Moving on to race 2, the Southern Handicapped Association Cup, a sprint of 990 meters in benchmark 36 with number 1, El Patron, number 2, Brabantio, number 3, Gilboa, number 4, Shortcut, number 5, Rain Must Fall, and number 6, Captain's Consort. Your choice here, Devon.
I'm very, very, very strong on this horse. I think race over, definitely the bank of the day. Number 2, Brabantio. Very, very smart horse. Really, really, really good run last time, first run of the season. I think is going to be cherry ripe. It's not the hardest of fields for him to beat, and I think there's no race. I mean, we can watch his rerun where he ran last time with the black and yellow. Definitely the type of horse that has to be a massive, massive runner. I'm going to be very surprised to see him getting beat. I think he's the right horse in the race, short price favourite for a reason, and I don't see him being out of the first position. I think it's draw 2, 990, race over.
And what about number 4, Shortcut, and draw number 3 in the stores, this time infiltrated but stepping up in benchmark 36.
Yeah, look, obviously it's a nice horse, but I mean, I just want to watch the finishing stages with Brabantio. He was very unlucky not to win this day. You can see he had no room for running there, and there was an objection placed in this race. And I mean, he ran second to a smart horse, so Captain Mark was in a good space, and yeah, he's definitely one that is the standout on the day. Bouncing back to Shortcut, yeah, definitely won a good race last time. He got beat by a nice horse of Alpine Challenge, who comes up later on in the day. I just think Derby's horses are in a really good space, so you can't leave him out. I mean, I'm tipping him to run second purely on the reason that his stable's in such hot form. So yeah, I think
for Shortcut to win, I think he needs to have a pillar to post, right?
Yeah, look, and he's probably going to have some competition with Rain Must Fall for the front, you know. So you got Al Patron, Rain Must Fall, Shortcut. They're all going to be contesting for the lead. So I think it's going to be quite a hard pace. Brabantio is going to sit second, third, race over.
Yeah, and
you can stand in the queue and collect your tickets already.
And number 3, and for the third place, Rain Must Fall. Yeah,
I think Rain Must Fall has been doing really well. He's in a good space. I should be tipping him to run second, because if you look at his pattern here, and second, first, and I think he'll be there. He's got draw 1.
He's always there.
He'll definitely be there, but it's a very competitive field, and it's a big step up for him. So it's gonna be quite tough.
And number 6, Captain's Consort, which is stepping up in class and dropping down in distance. Do you think you need to improve further?
Look, Captain Consort, I just think, look, I know it's his second run of the season, but I feel like this is a sprinter, a pure sprinter. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him running a massive, massive race. I mean, he ran behind a nice horse of Mojave, so yeah, I think he'll be in the back end of quartets. I mean, it's between him and Al Patron. Al Patron is obviously a 4-time winner over 990 and 1365. He's a proven sprinter. So yeah, but his last run was very, very disappointing. So I wouldn't include him because of that.
So number 2, Brabantio for the win and for the placings. Number 4, Shortcut. Number 5, Rain Must Fall, and finally number 6, Captain's Consort. Race number 3, the Association of Disability Service Providers Cup, a race which will be run over 1400 meters in benchmark 31 with number 1, Cloud Seeder, number 2, Straight, number 3, Denzi, number 4, Desert Illusion, number 5, Walking on Wings, and number 6, CH Ram. Devon, your pick here.
You're gonna think that I'm going crazy, yeah, but I'm very confident. I think Straight, also another bank on the day, biggest runner that you can get. Definitely one of those horses that you wouldn't be surprised to see him running a massive, massive race. For me, the 1400 is perfect down his alley. I mean, we can watch his last run over 990 where he won with Derek. he had no right to win this day, and it was just a very, very good run from him. You know, like he got up on the post. It was a smart ride by Derek, and I think it was just way too short for him. And I know he's been running over 990, but I've been waiting for this horse to go over 1400. So yeah, you can see he's got the red cap and the silver and purple. I don't know how he got up that day, but he did. It was a very good ride, and I think he's the type of horse that's going to enjoy the further. It's going to give Mr. Ramtula his first winner in Mauritius, and I think he's going to win quite impressively. So yeah, I'm very confident. I know I sound like I'm preaching the first or the second and the third race, but I think those are the two value bets on the day.
No, I agree with you.
700 is not a value bet for me, he's a banker. I'm very confident. I think he'll go very, very close.
So maybe the first of trainer Rahmatullah here.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is the right horse. Imran Chisti to open up his account as well, and yeah, I think his third run for the stable. Cherry Ripe, the jockey knows him now. I think he's the one that they'll have to beat.
And now for the second place.
For second, a horse like Siege Ram, smart horse, very, very smart horse. So yeah, he's definitely got to have a shot. The draw is a bit of a negative, but I mean, you've got a strong jockey of Ra up, so he's smart. He knows how to ride on this track. You'll understand the draw, and I think he'll be running into.
Small fields, it shouldn't be an issue.
No, I don't think it'll be much of an issue. He's gonna jump, probably go to the front. I think he'll try get a good pace on, but obviously there's a bit of competition for the lead with Desert Illusion and Danzi, but yeah, he's definitely a big runner.
And finally, number 5, Walking on Wings, stepping up in distance and close, one loss outing, but was green.
Yeah,
as well.
You know me, I don't like the second run.
Yes.
I'm not writing him off because I was a bit blown away last week with the win from Superior Force. I didn't expect that. Yes, he's a smart horse. He's definitely got smart form, but very good win from Superior Force last week. Yeah. So let's bounce back to Walking on Wings. I've seen the horse. Very, very nice horse. Very, very smart horse. I think he's definitely a very good horse, and I think he's going to enjoy Mauritius. I don't know if he's going to be able to win this race. I think big step up from 990 to 1400, second start, green, like you said. I don't know so much. I mean, he ran third to a horse called Ntomabolo that day in South Africa, and that's a nice horse. I mean, my brother rode it that day and he won on it, and I remember this horse running that day. He's still green, like you said. So if he can overcome the greenness, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him running a massive race.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised to see him winning, because then he's really, really a smart horse.
And finally, which one to complete the project?
Look, I'm going to go with a bit of an outsider of Desert Illusion to run fourth. It's between Danzi and Desert Illusion. I just think maybe the go-in might suit
with a good draw.
Might suit Desert Illusion or Danzi. I mean, it's a bit of a both way. So yeah, I just don't know if it's gonna need the run Danzi. I think he might need one more. Desert Illusion, I think he's just gonna run into the back end of things. Might fade late. So yeah, I'm gonna be on the fence there with Desert Illusion.
So number 2 straight for the win and for the placings, number 6 Siege Ram, number 5 Walking on Wings, and finally number 4 Desert Illusion. Moving on to race 4, the 4th, 5th, the Petite Retraite Cup with 8 runners, number 1 Sedans, number 2 Absolutist, number 3 Nourbezi, number 4 Xavian, number 5 Arizona Silk, number 6 Likayu, number 7 Free to Win, and number 8 the Contractor race, which will be run in benchmark 61 over 1500 meters. Devon, which one you like for the win here?
I like Nourbezi. I think he's a proven horse over this the course, and the distance he suits. So I think Nourbezi is
the
a
light
smart
claim and
horse.
all.
4, draw 3. I think it's going to be very hard to beat this horse. I know you've got a smart horse in the race of Xavian, who's bringing some form from South Africa. He won his first outing beating Captain Lannister. He won very well that day, don't get me wrong, but the pace was on. There was a lot of pace in the race. Captain Annister pulled quite a bit. I think definitely a big runner, don't get me wrong. I think Norbesi is going to get the better of him purely on the weights. I think that's the reason why. And he's a 4-time winner taking on a horse that's won once in Mauritius. So, yeah, I think definitely a big runner, don't get me wrong. Xavier will be there. But I'm going to put my neck out and say that my value bet on the day is Norbesi.
And we're talking about Xavier. You like him for the second place?
For second, I do like him to run second. Yes, I think he's probably a very smart horse in Mauritius. He's run behind some decent horses in South Africa like William Robinson, beat Gentleman Wager, fourth to Kailash Champ, but then he ran 5 and 8 lengths behind Double Superlative and Universal. So, yeah, look, he's got some good form. Definitely enjoyed Mauritius, enjoys that hot pace, running on late. So I think he is a nice horse, and I think he'll be running on, but I don't know if he's going to be able to beat Norbesi on the day.
And what about the last time winner, Free to Win, which is stepping up in benchmark 61, but got the ideal draw, number 1. He looks like not the dark horse of the race, because the odds are, I think, 300 something.
Yeah, look, he's sitting at 275 at the moment.
Yeah.
He's definitely
second favorite.
The smart horse in the race as well. I wouldn't say dark horse as well. I think he's a big runner.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult race. Benchmark 61 wouldn't be easy anyway. So, draw 1, front runner. If he gets a soft lead, I think he might be hard to beat. But yeah, I think he'll be running a very big race. So I don't know if I don't think he's going to win it, but he'll be there. Definitely be there. It's going to be a tight finish in my opinion.
Could be a tactical race also, you
100%.
never know. And for the 4th place, you like Absolutis.
Yeah, I just think this is a nice horse, and last season he was a smart looking horse, and I'm just going to give him one more chance. I think
he's
a smart horse. I don't know, he's going to come back to himself.
Yeah.
So when he comes back to himself, he'll go very close, and I think he'll be running onto the back end of Cortez.
So in race 4, the selections of Devon, number 3 Norbesi for the win and for the placings, number 4 Xavier, number 7 Free to Win, and number 2 Absolutist. And now race 5, the Eric Betsy Memorial Cup. This is the second leg of the 3-year-old championship, which was won by Alpine Challenge last time, and this time he's stepping up over 1600 meters. But this race will be run with 5 runners: number 1 Home Force, number 2 Alpine Challenge, number 3 Battery Light, number 4 Protective Light, and number 5 Tomorrow's Vision. Devon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Home Force. I know it's
Really?
I know it's going against what you think. Alpine Challenge is a very good horse.
Yeah.
Yes, he ran behind smart horses in South Africa, but so has Home Force. And
Yes, I agree.
Home Force has come here. He won 3 in a row, beating Divergent, beating Tomorrow's Vision. He ran a disappointing 4th to Secret Circle, but he was done quite badly that day. So he had to ease up at the 150, and I think he's a smart horse. He's running against the same age category now.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
I'm gonna tip him to win, and I think he's gonna go very, very, very close to winning most of the races.
And what about Alpine Challenge, draw number 1 in the stalls, a promising sort as well, and has shown a lot of progress after his first race.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong, he's had 2 runs in Mauritius, 2 wins, very nice horse. Impressive. He won easy last time. He ran behind Charles Dickens, 6 lengths behind Charles Dickens, but that was over 1200. Charles Dickens is a lot better over further. I mean, if you had to compare the 2 horses, I don't separate them that much. I think they're both smart horses. It's sad to actually say that one of them is going to get beat against each other, but I think Home Force is going to get the better of Alpine Challenge, and and Alpine Challenge will run second it's a 2 horse race in my opinion. I don't see anything
Yes,
else. I don't think
yes.
anything else coming close to them.
Then for the third race.
Tomorrow's Vision most definitely will run third. He's been running against some
Quite
nice horses as
unlucky
well.
also in his past performance.
Yeah, look, I think he's been bumping some nice horses. So yeah, I'm gonna tip him to run third. He's got Ra up, smart rider.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna run a really good race as well. But it's gonna be hard to beat the top 2 horses.
And I see you also put number 4, Protective Light from Nagadu's stable. His first outing, he was quite far from the winner, Captain Kola.
Yeah, look, he didn't jump on terms. He had no show. I just think it's between him or Battery Path for fourth. I mean, I don't know how to judge that form. I just think Captain Kola's been doing well, so I went on that instance that he ran in a stronger race.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And I think in fourth. It's very hard to separate the two of them. There's not much form to speak about.
So the selections of Devon in race 5 for the win, number 1 Armed Force, and for the placings, number 2 Alpine Challenge, number 5 Tomorrow's Vision, and number 4 Protective Light. We'll now go through the card of race 6 with 5 runners. Number 1 Voz Illusion, number 2 Duo Dare, number 3 Swagger Jagger, number 4 Footy Gold, and number 5 Quattro 5-6, a race which will be run over 1400 meters in benchmark 46. Your choice here, Devon.
Look, this used to be my favorite horse. It still is one of my favorite horses. But unfortunately, the going's not soft. So I'm not gonna tip him to win today.
Not this time.
No, I'm not gonna tip him to win today. Even though I love him, I think he's one of the smarter horses in Mauritius.
Yeah.
But he enjoys the wet going. So it's not wet. It's quite hard at the moment. So I don't know if he's gonna suit it. I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning by 3-4 lengths again. I'd actually be happy to see him winning by that far, but
he's been trained by the new trainer around.
His move stables.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's gonna enjoy the going. I'm not as confident as I was when he was running in the wet. So yeah, I'm gonna tip him to run second. I'm gonna tip a horse like Voz Illusion to win.
For the win.
Yeah, I just think draw 1, Donny up.
Voz Illusion, normally he jumps low from the gates. But even here, I think tomorrow with the step up in distance might help him a lot. With the fourth race also.
I mean, he won over 1500 and he's a nice horse. So I wouldn't be, I mean, he's won 5 times. So yeah, he's definitely a big runner. Draw 1's a big positive for him. And I'm sure the run behind Illicit Kiss wasn't disappointing at all and he wasn't shouting out. When he got left 3 lengths, he still ran to Night King, smart horse. Cheer up, 3rd run of the season, 1400.
All set
This looks
for
like
the
the
win.
right horse. Don't get me wrong, it's the hardest race of the day.
Yes, I
Every
agree.
single horse
I
in
agree
this
with
race can
you
win.
because we have Swagger Jagger as well. Last time quite unlucky. But this horse is a bleeder as well. We don't know about how he'll run this time.
No, you can't really preach a horse that bleeds because of that reason. But saying that he ran a really good race last time, he was done quite badly. There was an objection that day where the horse that actually ran second ended up winning, and then he ran 3rd, so he was placed into 2nd. So yeah, I think he is a nice horse and you'll go close, but sure, it's a very tough race. I think if you run this race 5 times, you'll have 5 different results, in my honest opinion.
And finally, number 5, Quattro 5-6, stepping up to 1400 meters. Do you think this horse needs circumstances in his favor?
I don't actually know how to analyze that situation. I just think his last run was very bad.
Yeah.
There was definitely something wrong. I'm going to draw a line through it. I'm going to give him one more chance. I don't see him winning, but I think he'll run 4th.
And you know, he did won in this over this distance and in this class previously.
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely got a chance. I mean, where he ran over the 1400, he won. So it's 1400 again. He'll definitely be going into the back end of quartets. But Footigal also has to have a chance. Last run to Free to Win, big run, the run before that to Norbesi also. So, like
All
I said,
runners got their chance.
every horse can win this race, but I'm hoping that I'm on the right one on the day, and I hope I tip it in order as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see either of these horses win.
So number 1, False Illusion for the win and for the placings. Number 2, Duodare. Number 3, Swagger Jagger. And number 5, Quattro 5 6. We'll now go to race 7, the 4th, 5th, the Calbas Cup, the last race of the day, with number 1, Sheshbesh, number 2, Kraken, number 3, Gold Lining, number 4, Midnight Oracle, number 5, Special Force, number 6, Street Bite, and number 7, Northern Rebel. This race will be run over 1400 meters, 0 to 15. Devon, which horse you like here for the win?
I'm going with number 5, Special Force. Every time I walk at the back there by the horses where they're getting saddled,
I like him too for the win.
this horse literally nods his head and tells me I'm going to win. Like you can see, he's just excited,
Yes,
always
always.
looking well. And when he's like that, that's when he runs really, really well. So I think just based on the horse's energy and well-being, I think he's the horse that they'll have to beat. The last time he ran over 1400, he ran 3rd. Time before that, he won. Time before that, he ran 2nd. So he's definitely a 1400 meter specialist. I think he's a massive, massive runner, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning over 1400 and winning quite a nice race. So yes, it's not the strongest of fields. The form says it all. I mean, it's a 0.15. I just think he's one of the lowest rated horses in Mauritius, but he's a nice horse, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning well.
And what about the horse for the 2nd place?
Number 6, Street Bass. Also, I mean, this is very hard form to analyze because they're not the best horses in Mauritius, so it's not easy to find the ones. I mean, you've got to go really on weights. This horse has got 55.5, drawn 1. He's been running against some good horses, so the Special Force has him beat. Even on weights, he's got him beat. I mean, he was 52 kilos when he ran to Special Force. I mean, to Chief Rafif, where Special Force beat him. Special Force was carrying 56.5. Now he's 55.5 and Special Force is 56.5. So he's got to turn something around to beat him, where he got beat that day 2 lengths. So I think Special Force will definitely get the upper hand on on Street Bite, and I think he'll be running 2nd there.
And Kraken, last time he ran over 990 meters distance. In my opinion, I think is not suitable for the horse. This time he's stepping up to 1400 meters, a very consistent horse. Do you think he has kept his form?
Yeah, look, he's very consistent, don't get me wrong. Draw 2, TV up. Definitely got to have a shot. He's knocking to win. So he's there and thereabout. His ratings come down a little bit, so yeah, he's got to have a chance. Got to have a big chance.
And finally, number 1, Sheshbesh, the horse joined Ramana's table down to 0.16 in and out performer, 62 kg.
The day Sheshbesh arrives on track, the one that is at work comes to track, this horse can win big races, but he hasn't come to track yet. He hasn't come to the race course, and he just isn't bringing himself. I mean, he's always detached at the back of the field and then running on. I personally feel that the 1400 is going to be perfect for him. Might even one further. I think when this horse goes 16, 1800, you're going to see the better horse that he is. Maybe it's just a sand horse. I don't know, but there's not many horses that look better than him. If you see him, he's one of the most beautiful horses you've ever seen. I think Ramana stables in such odd form, it would be stupid to leave them out. I mean, they were unlucky not to have the treble last week. But yeah, he's a runner. He's a big runner, but we don't know which Sheshbesh is going to arrive on track.
So So number 5, Special Force for the win and for the blessings. Number 6, Street Bite. Number 2, Kraken, and number 1, Shesh Besh. Before ending the show, Devon, I'd ask you about your best bet of the day.
Yeah, so definitely best bet in order, race 2, number 2, Brabenzio. I think that's one of my bankers of the day, bank of the week, bank of the month. I think it's going to be very, very hard to beat him. I'm very confident.
And that's all?
For my second best bet of the day straight, he's a good price. I think he's sitting at 700. I'm giving a nice 7-8 to 1 best bet on the day. I think it's very hard to beat this horse on the day.
And as value bet?
In race 4, comes up number 3, Nobesi. Also, nice price, 550. Definitely all the value in that price with that weight. Massive, massive runner. And my other value bet on the day comes up in race 5, also like Armed Force. Also, good value, 5 to 1 in a 5-horse field where I think it's a 2-horse race. I mean, you got a 50% chance, in my opinion, of winning. So, yeah, I think that's a massive, massive runner, and I think he can get the better of Alpine Challenge. So that's my value bet on the day. And for you?
And my best bet, I like Spiritual Win in race 1, and as value bet in race 3, Desert Illusion. I think this horse can show something with his draw and circumstances as well.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't put it past you with being a Spiritual Win. I wouldn't make him my best bet on the day because I think that's a very difficult race, but maybe you're right. I mean,
I like Spiritual Win for the
I think he's in the right space. In my opinion, it's also a 2-horse race.
Let's see him flying tomorrow.
I hope he wins for your sake, but I think it's between him and Lockdown for first. So yeah. It's not a bad thing to make him your best bet. And your value bet is in race 3. Desert Illusion. I mean, we alluded to the fact that he's got good form and he can run a big race. So yeah, he's definitely got to have a chance.
So we have now reached the end of our show. Big thanks to you, Devon, for your presence on our show and for your analysis.
Look, it's only a pleasure, and obviously we have to make mention that People's Tote is still available, and that the people should get on and start playing with People's Tote. I think they've definitely got the good odds, and the tote guarantee is definitely something that everyone enjoys. And yeah, I mean, sooner or later it's going to be open to the international public to start playing, so we're just waiting on that. And yeah, very, very good initiative from them. And also I'd like to thank you for taking your time to do the show with us. I hope that we lead the punters in the right direction.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
And thanks to our media team, our technical team behind the scenes, and yeah, to People's Totes, People's Turf Place, and Mauritius for allowing us this opportunity, and for giving us this chance to do the show. And let's hope everyone enjoys it. And from our side, enjoy the day racing, come racing with us, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a good time. There's some really competitive racing, and yeah, it would be nice to see everyone at the track.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching race previews as usual. And I will not end this show without making a special mention to our production team behind the cameras. See you tomorrow at the PTP for a nice racing day. Till then, take care. Bye bye.